Welcome, Sooner fans and all college football fans. Welcome to Sooner Legends Podcast. I'm your host, the legend, Mike Wilkerson. And today's video is brought to you by Devil Dogs Brew and Beans. Are you a coffee drinker who loves your coffee? Well, I am pleased to announce that I am affiliated with Devil Dog Brew and Beans. He's a former Marine and combat vet who is now in the coffee industry. He hand selects all prime coffee beans and he grinds and roasts all of his beans in house. He's got tons and tons of blends and flavors on his webpage. Too much to talk about on here, but he also handles merchandise. And if you act now, if you go to his website at Devil Dog Brew and Beans and use promo code Sooner Legends, you will get 10% off your first order, free shipping, and as soon as the beans are roasted in the ground, they will be mailed to you and everything is packaged in house. That way, your coffee is guaranteed the maximum freshness. And also, for every dollar you do spend at DevilDogBrewandBeans.com, a portion of your proceeds goes to the Wounded Warrior Project. So it's a win-win. You get some delicious coffee, and you also get to help a fellow vet out who really, really needs it. Them guys served our country and fought for our country, and they need all of our love and support that they can get. So thank you, Devil Dog, for your service, and thank you for your contributions to helping out these wounded vets who so needs our help. Okay, our topic today is those pesky roughnecks that you see in the end zone with their shotguns blazing, and they've got an interesting story to say the least. And I'm going to start out. I took some notes because to to remember everything about the roughnecks, it's just not possible. So I had to go to my books and and uh, get you a good quality video. So the Roughnecks, they're the nation's oldest all male spirit squad and the second oldest in the world. Pretty amazing. Uh, the earliest years are kind of unknown, but from what I read, uh, the Roughnecks began in the late 1910s. But how they got their name? In December of 1915, at a basketball game at between Oklahoma and Oklahoma A&M at that time, which is Oklahoma State now, a group of football players is getting rowdy and rambunctious, and I think causing a little bit of hate and discontent, knowing how my older Sooners are from that time period. But a little old lady in the crowd told them, let's see, she shouted, "Sit down and be quiet, you roughnecks." So the founder was Charles Leslie High. He was famous in that time for his Dallas or Bus campaign, in which he sold tickets to the students at a cheap price who wished to attend the Red River Showdown between OU and Texas and Dallas. And of course, this option does not exist today. And during World War II, the Roughnecks were disbanded because they wanted to go serve their country and joined the military. So they disbanded them and they reformed in 1946. Now, let's talk about some of their traditions. I don't know too much about the paddles because it didn't talk about that. So if if you're an actual roughneck who happens to watch this video, please comment down below what the paddles is significant for, because I couldn't find any information. Or some of you older OU fans like Marjorie Anderson, who is a absolute jewel to my page. Whenever I forget something, she's Johnny on the spot commenting in my comments. Thank you, Marjorie. Appreciate you, honey. So, and also another tradition that started in 1921 when the paddles came to be was the Roughnecks not shaving their beards after a Sooners loss, which continues today. And up until Bedlam disbanded because of us going into the SEC, at every home game between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, the Roughnecks would stand guard around the campus the night before Bedlam. Now let's talk about those shotguns. Now, there was a conflict when I was reading. It said they first appeared in 1955, but in 1952, which I'm fixing to state, uh, they were confiscated. So for me putting two and two together and coming up with four, I think what they meant to say was they was introduced in 52 and didn't reappear until 55. But the shotguns, when they were confiscated in 52, when they only returned one shotgun back to the Roughnecks, and that shotgun is now in the Smithsonian Institute. But the shotguns, they're used. You've seen them, heard them. They're used various times in the football game. When the team comes onto the field, when we score, and they let off a shotgun blast at the end of each quarter. Oh, I meant to say that. What I meant to say was, yeah, they first appeared in 52, and in my book it says they first appeared in 55, but in my book it says that the 52 season they got them confiscated. So I'm thinking that they were reintroduced in 1955. And there again, if you're a former Roughneck, please hop in my comments and tell us about that. Now, from what I've read, also, they get thousands of applications for memberships for the Roughnecks, but only about a dozen are chosen. Which brings me to the final tradition of the Roughnecks, and that is our famous Sooner Schooner. The person responsible for driving the schooner is called the Sooner Schooner driver. And this tradition started in 1965. And there again, if you're a Sooner fan, you know that every time we score, here comes the schooner, and they drive it and back in. The ponies are named Boomer and Sooner. They are taken care of locally. And yeah, they got a pretty amazing history. I recall reading in this book while I was getting down my information. One of the older Roughnecks from the 70s stated that during, I think it was the 76 game between OU and Dallas, Gerald Ford attended that game, President Ford at that time. And the Roughnecks were informed that if those shotguns went off, there was snipers all over that stadium just waiting to pick them off. So he said that they didn't fire their shotguns during that game. So, well, there you have it, folks. Quick history of the Sooner Roughnecks. Hope you like it. Hop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. Uh, and as always, like the video, subscribe, hit your post notification bell. That way you won't miss any OU content or football or college football related content I will be dropping. Share the video. Share the video with your friends because why? Sharing is caring. And as always, thank you to my 67 subscribers for tuning in. This is the legend. We'll catch you on the backside.